Welcome, 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 welcome to the Co-Pilots Podcast, the show where we...
talk about pilot shows.
Yeah, lots. We've done it quite a lot of times now.
Yeah, well, this is episode 127.
127, yeah. No, that's one of my favourite numbers.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, what were we talking about? We were talking about Private Eyes, which, as you'll hear, is fine. And
Spoilers.
God Friended Me, which is ever so slightly better. Nah, I'm being harsh again. But no, it's decent, isn't it? It's alright.
Yeah, I think it's a good couple of shows. They're
I don't know about good.
one of them has an interesting premise. We like,
And the other
we
one
like
is Private Eyes.
we like premises. Premises.
We have no premises.
I like.
We have a website though. It's like a premises, an online premises. What's our website?
It's copilotspodcast.co.uk.
Yes.
It is copilotspodcast.co.uk.
Was that a bit of a stab in the dark?
A little bit. It was while I tried to find the bookmark. Because the bookmark's useful because it has all of our social media stuff linked on it.
That's very handy. So what's all that? I've managed to go to Sea Pilots and now it's suggesting that I've not quite searched for... Oh, the world's finest knitwear. That's what
Oh,
we're
so
getting
it's
to,
like the letter C, not like you haven't accidentally signed up to become a pilot who lands on water all the time.
I think that's called a captain.
or
a boat
or
driver.
a bad pilot. Malaysia Airlines are hiring.
So yes, on the Twitter we are Real Co-Pilots. On the Instagrams we are The Real Co-Pilots Podcast, which rolls off the
And
tongue.
on Facebook,
Come and have a chat.
on Facebook, we're also Real Co-Pilots.
Oh, but we don't check that one, so fuck off.
I do well, I get notifications for it, so I do. You haven't even liked the
Okay.
page, so I know you're an admin now.
Yeah, I must have done, to be honest. Anyway,
No, you can invite people who aren't admins.
Oh, okay. So yes, lie back, try not to struggle, and enjoy this episode of the Co-Pilots Podcast. These ones are silly.
Yeah, I think I prefer one of them over the other.
I 100% prefer one of them over the other, and I bet we've gone for different ones.
Oh, I wonder which.
Nah, we won't have done. I don't think.
Yeah. Okay, so shall we start with the bad one first, which is...
Go on, then.
See, what we've done is we've both waited for the other one to say it.
Oh, it's so funny. Go on.
I liked less
Yep.
the sports one.
Oh,
That's
good. Have you
not-
forgotten the name of it?
No, it's Private Eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's this one. Fuck me.
But see, the thing is,
I don't know what the story of this is. Some guy who used to play hockey is now a private eye.
Yeah, like it logically doesn't make a lot of sense.
Mm.
But I didn't hate it, but I don't care.
Yeah, I think I'm not quite. Yeah, like you say, I don't quite dislike it. I just am like, this will stop in a minute. Maybe I did dislike it.
Yeah, that's the kind of reaction you have to a show that you dislike.
Mm.
Like I had with Carl all the time he was alive in Breaking Bad, Walking Dead.
So rude. There's
Just
no
sort of
need
sat
for
there
that.
like, oh, he'll die in a minute. And he got shot in the fucking face. I was like, finally, his
And then
time
it
is.
didn't.
Oh no, he's still alive for another like 2.5 seasons.
Yeah, I just don't understand the story. To be fair, like, my confusion was justified, I think, in that I got 38 minutes into an episode.
That's almost a whole episode.
Yep. And thinking, this doesn't make any fucking sense. And then I realised I was watching, I think, the season finale of Series 1 rather than Episode 1. I was like, oh, that's why this doesn't make sense. And then I watched the pilot, and it still doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't really.
So,
because
Jason,
I think like the whole hockey thing's there. It's just like he has a history.
Why. Yeah, but like, fucking why?
Maybe it's just there to explain like the dumb shit, like how this idiot has a Porsche. Like how everything's mostly pretty fine, so money's not really a problem.
Yeah.
Apart from he has to pay for his daughter to go to school.
And I really don't like the opening theme. It's an actual song. It's not like I thought it might have been written for the show, and I thought if you have been tasked to write the theme tune for a show, and all you do in your theme
sing
song
the name of the
is
show.
sing the title of the show.
I think it's did you get like, because I got vibes from the fact that like it had a like themes, like proper opening credits, not just like everything else where it's like here's the name of the show.
Yeah, but
or
I don't mind that,
like an actual song.
Well, the thing is, I think the songs like that can really outstay their welcome.
Yeah, I mean, luckily, because this is the streaming age, we just skip intros now. We don't ever pay it. You watch them for the first episode, and then you're like, "Yep."
Yeah.
Like I've seen the full Daredevil opening theme, like 4 times.
That is cool, though.
Yeah, like, it's cool.
That.
This is more. It's like a really sort of dated way of doing an opening theme. It's like a proper old school detective show, which I think is kind of the vibe they're going for. I don't think they're trying to. I don't feel like they're trying to do anything like groundbreaking with it. I don't think they're not trying to break the genre. They're just
making another. Yeah, making a mediocre sort of.
Yeah,
well,
they've just
his
looked,
life experience from.
They've just looked at American detective shows and gone, but let's do it Canadian, so hockey. But I don't think there was I didn't have any real problems with it. I've seen a bunch of detective shows, and
this is not high up there.
Oh yeah, because I think like the idea, her office setup reminded me a little bit of Finders Keepers in season 2 of Mr. Mercedes, and then I was like, but that's a much better show. Where like the office is just a bit messy.
You know who does show up in this apparently is Edge of WWE fame and William Shatner. What is this show?
I mean, Canadian. Is Edge Canadian?
So, it still doesn't make sense. The story is, he used to be a good hockey player. He gets involved with a plot to do with someone on the hockey team he doesn't manage, but maybe used to, and then everybody starts behaving around him as if he is a detective with no explanation. There's a point where he's like, "Oh yeah, I need to talk to your son," and the dad of this guy who's a suspect goes, "Oh yeah, sure, I'll just be in the other room while you chat to my son." It's like, this guy has absolutely no legal powers whatsoever. He couldn't do this. Like, it just didn't make sense to me. Like, oh well, he's trying to get to the bottom of what. Oh, yeah.
I think in that first case, he gets a lot of that access because he's a hockey guy, and all of this stuff. The first episode revolves around hockey, and without watching any more of it, I'm assuming the rest of it doesn't.
No,
because otherwise, to get 4 seasons out of like some weird shit happening around hockey, is possibly the most Canadian thing I've ever heard.
To be fair, it's a problem that isn't actually... Well, clearly in episode 10 of series 1, it remains a problem, because there was a point where I was going, why the fuck are they listening to this guy?
Yeah,
There was something absolutely mental that happened. Oh yeah, that's the thing. So the we're talking about different episodes now, but the episode that I watched, something goes missing at a wedding, and of course, like they're attending this wedding. They go, okay, well, what do we do? It's like, okay, well, we know that so many people have had access to the room, and one of them goes, let's call the police. And literally, there is a character who stands up and goes, don't call the police. And they look at her like, why? And she goes, because I want to solve this ourselves. And I was like, oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, that's a bit weird. Because she does point out at some point in this that, like, if they get caught doing some of this really sketchy illegal stuff, they'll just go to prison. And then it just made me there was a bit of me that was just like, why don't you just get Jessica Jones to do it? She's good at this.
Mm.
And even if she's wrong, Matt Murdock's her lawyer, so it's fine. But I guess most of it, weird. They must set him up because they set him up as a bit of a celebrity in the first episode.
Mm.
So I guess that it must use stuff like that, like all of her actual skills at being a detective, and his like, I used to play hockey, also I'm a bit of a celebrity, and that's just the dynamic. It's like Castle.
I can't remember
where
what
he
Castle was.
Castle's a crime writer who wants to like tag along to solve crimes.
Oh yeah.
Is that sort of thing of just. But I think I like this more than that. It's weird. I can't decide if I liked it or not.
Yeah, I'm in a weird sort of camp about that because I've no idea.
Because while it doesn't make sense, I like sci-fi stuff that doesn't always follow, physics. So I'm kind of down with things not making sense, but
I mean, not following physics and not following logic, I think, are quite different things.
Yeah, but like, they're all rules.
It's just so bizarre. Like, I struggle to take it seriously. Not that it's
that's the thing.
necessarily
I don't
meant
think
to be taken seriously, but
yeah, I don't think it is. You don't give a show that theme song.
Imagine if every show did that.
But that's the thing. There was a time, like in sort of 80s, 90s, that was the thing. You got a popular song. Like, look at CSI. They've got opening credits that just are The Who. Like, every single one is just a different Who song.
Is it? I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, like all 7 or 12 different versions of CSI all have a different Who song.
That's really weird.
Yeah, and it's because the first one used "Who Are You?" And I was like, I mean, I get it. Like, you're trying to solve a crime, and you're like,
amazing.
Who? But they've gone for "Who Are You?" rather than "Who did it?" It's like they've walked in as the crime's happening and gone, "Who are you?" I need to write it down on your arrest warrant.
Yeah, very, very strange.
I think there's a bit of me that thinks Private Eyes could be a bit of fun. And, like, they're clearly setting some stuff up with her dad's car accident, and there'll be some dramas about his daughter going to this expensive school.
Yeah. Which, to be fair, we've seen done better in Gilmore Girls. So
yeah,
that's a good watch.
Yeah, there's a lot of... I guess it's just if the actual detective stuff plays out in a nice way, or if it just goes their way every time because he's famous, that'd get a bit samey. I might watch another episode of this,
Oh man, really? I don't know how you could stand doing another episode.
Maybe. Well, I think you've already watched 2, so maybe I'm not quite as jaded as you are yet.
Yeah, but one of them was an accident, and then I started watching the other one. I was like, oh, I just can't be arsed with this.
Yeah, but so I saw it from the beginning, and you saw it from where it ends up in like 10 episodes in, and then went back to like try and make sense of it.
Yeah,
Just sat there like, how does it go from there to here? I don't understand.
I tell you what,
where's the Zamboni?
I tell you what was real fucking weird is when I was watching it and there were all these references to hockey and I had absolutely no idea why.
Yeah, that must have been. Yeah. I think I might watch another episode and see if it
picks up.
Yeah, because it might.
Go do that and report back.
Yeah, I'm reading some of the synopses. Synopses. Synapse or synopsises. And, violent nightclub shooting. I'm in.
It won't be violent.
And they're only protecting a witness, so...
It feels like there's sort of no edge, and this will come up again with the other show. It just doesn't feel like it takes any risks, and it's all clean surfaces, and there's no sort of real danger. It's just, I don't know. I didn't get on with it. I'm starting to think I didn't like it. I didn't like it more than I liked it.
I think a lot of the problem is we've watched a lot of stuff.
That is true.
And generally, if you don't watch a huge amount of TV, something like this could come along and you'd be like, "Ooh, that's different."
Yeah.
Because he starts off as a hockey scout, whereas we watch and go, "Oh, cool! It's just another way into being a fucking detective."
Yeah, we've seen quite a few of those. It's like, hey, he's a detective, and what else? He's really good at maths. He's a detective.
Yeah,
what else?
Like
he likes looking for ghosts.
He's a detective. Oh, he's also a psychic. He's like, all right, cool, well done.
They were awful, those ones.
And that's the thing.
So
like,
bad.
The trouble, I think I get on with detective shows a lot less if they're just like, here's a gimmick. But if they go Mr. Mercedes and just go, here's a horrific crime.
Yeah.
Like, I just want like, I don't necessarily want like gritty realism. I want it to be their job.
Yeah.
And then to just watch people who are good at their job solve crimes.
Yeah. Yeah, like actual decent detective stories are actually, pretty rare in pilot world where there's not a gimmick. Because I guess, like, there's been so many detective and whodunit shows that maybe you almost have to sort of, you have to have a bit of a gimmick to say, this is why our show's different,
Yeah. Well, I suppose Miss Mercedes' whole gimmick is that it was written by Stephen King. That's it.
That's the gimmick in itself.
Yeah. Well, then you've got so many retellings of Sherlock that there are only so many detective shows that can want to have, like, that sort of, he just happens to be really good at it gimmick.
Yeah. But
they also have to slide in, like, Sherlock's just like, I've made up a job and it's what I do, like, consulting detective. Nonsense. And they're all just like, well, you need to have a made up job, like hockey scout. Is that a real thing?
Or psychic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I will not be watching any more of this one. I am done with Private Eyes.
I might watch the next episode just to see.
Here's my prediction, right, for when we do our top 5 of the year that comes out on New Year's Eve.
This won't be on
2021. I won't even remember what this show is. That's my prediction.
See, that's the thing. That's almost worse than disliking it. Because if you don't like it, you remember it for years. Yeah, but no. See, that's the thing. We remember Entourage because it was so bad,
abhorrent.
But there are so many sort of middling shows that we've watched and just kind of gone, What's that? Yeah, it was fine. But there's no. I dislike that I can't put a finger on what's not swaying me either way.
Yeah. It's a tricky one, like it.
Because it's weird because it is just fine.
It's
there's
just
nothing
bland. There's there's nothing to draw you in. I don't think it's all very bland. And again, like what I'll be saying about God Friended Me is a lot of the time it feels like you're watching people acting. Do you know what I mean? Like, it feels very performative. It doesn't feel like, at no point did I believe any of these characters were who they said they were. It looked like I was watching a performance.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Would Private Eyes be more interesting if he was trying to juggle the two jobs? Because he very quickly in the first episode just kind of goes, "Yeah, I'm not going to be a hockey scout anymore."
Yeah. Oh well, that's.
Maybe it would have been interesting to see him try and balance and those two things could conflict sometimes and force him into weird situations, which I think is what Suits did well. Because they fucked up all the legal stuff, but they did quite a good job of making it having to pit people against their own morals and against their own company sometimes, just to. I think that's where some of the interesting bits of Suits came in.
Yeah.
Maybe that could have saved this pilot if he was trying to continually balance those two careers.
Yeah.
Because I think you could just pretty sort of go, oh yeah, no, I'll do private eyeing on the side, but this is my main job.
Yeah.
And then if you want to, you can slowly transition him out of it. But I think to have him after one thing be
incident.
No, this is my new thing.
Yeah.
Just makes it look like he has a lack of staying power. If I couldn't see that there were 4 seasons, maybe I'd be like, well, I don't think he's going to be in season 2 because I think it's the actor who's got the problem. No, sorry, I can only play characters that have one job.
Yeah, I think that might have been a slightly better angle, but it's just it's forgettable. I'm just not going to remember it, which is a shame. But anyway,
right. So now that we can put that out of our minds, and
onto the equally bland Godfriend,
but better.
Yeah, a lot better. I gave a bit more of a shit. I will say in this one, I really struggled with the plastic face crying. In this, there's a couple of times where some people get upset, and it's how people get upset when you get upset in movies and shit, where it's one tear comes down, and it just irritated me. But the actual...
the fact that these horrifically beautiful people can't ugly cry.
Yeah, that always annoys me. I started off liking this quite a lot. And then as it went on...
It's because he makes a podcast, isn't it?
Yep. But then, as it went on...
Because he doesn't like God, doesn't it?
As it went on, I realised that actually, this is... it shares something with the pilot of Westworld, in that I think this... If you just watch this and nothing else, which is entirely what I'm planning to do with this, it's a really cool little short film. It wraps up everything it sets out in this one episode. So I don't feel like I need to watch anymore.
Kind of get the feeling that maybe they didn't think there'd be an episode 2.
Which, I don't know, because I don't think you don't set out to not make a TV series if you're making TV.
Yeah, but I think maybe they wrapped everything up quite nicely and left that little sort of oh, but I've been suggested another friend.
I mean, I want to say the first half of the episode, I really enjoyed him just really riling against the fact that God was trying to add him as a friend on Facebook. I like that the whole center of this episode is based on something that we instantly go, oh yeah, that's Facebook. Yeah.
I think they do mention it, but I don't think they needed to.
Yeah.
Because they could have they can show you that little blue confirm box, and you're like, yeah, that's from Facebook.
Yeah, and there are any number of shows where they have their own social media and for whatever reason haven't mentioned the real social medias, and it really sticks out.
Yeah, because they're always shitter.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not just like a bad rip-off of Twitter, but that's just...
But yeah, so like the idea that God is friending you on Facebook, I was like, okay, well this would be interesting. And then I realised, oh, it's got absolutely no teeth whatsoever. It's going to be bland and safe and middle of the road, and it's not going to say either way, like, yes, this is absolutely God doing it, or it's just a hoax and this is all massively coincidental, you know, like with the burning bush thing. That's when I thought, oh, okay, it is just going to be, yeah, no, God exists in this universe, and that's that. Because then it's like, oh, these kids set fire to this.
I'd quite like them to go in on that, like, from that whole point of view, to just be like, you know, God's a thing.
Yeah, that I would much prefer it if they came down, like, one way or the other. Or if he, like, for definite was like, okay, this cannot be the intervention of God. Or for him to go, yeah, this is. But then thinking about that, if it was, I don't know, like, the longevity of the show, because if the whole point is for him to realise, do you know what, you rallying against your father who's a reverend, you were completely mistaken in this, and here's some proof of it, then where does the show go? He goes, oh yeah, okay, fair enough, I was wrong, God does exist, now what? So
I wonder if, yeah, I want to say that I think overall what it's going to end up doing is leading him down that route and then pulling the rug out from under him, and he'll have like a few setbacks of like, but ultimately at the end of the show he's going to be like, Jesus Christ, I'm friends with God and Jesus. Because I think that's the only way that this can end, is that he
finds out one way him on a cross.
Yeah, I mean, it could. He could be the new Jesus, and God's just like, it would just end with him being like, I can't believe my dad made a Facebook.
There's not enough dad jokes here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
the thing is, I like the idea that it's suggesting friends to him, and then he
goes
almost instantly meets them, and then like has an impact on their life. Because there's a bit where his dad's like, oh, well, what's your podcast doing, impacting people's lives? And I was just like, oh, that hits real close to home.
Yeah,
but then I was just sort of like,
so
yeah, we're saving people from bad pilots.
Yeah, exactly.
We can't vouch for episode 2s either, so we're like, yeah, no, we can tell you if the first episode is good or bad.
And that's it. It's so useful.
If you want our opinion, watch Gilmore Girls and nothing else. But see, that's the thing. It's weird because I like this show like a lot more than the other one.
Yeah, definitely. Like,
to the point that I think I will watch some more of this.
If I watch this in isolation from the other one, I'd like it a lot less. But because it was like, I'm comparing it to Private Eyes, fuck me, does this come out looking good?
Yeah,
but like,
I think the one thing that this episode did that I didn't like is that he's going on about how his mum gets hit by a car, and like 20 minutes later his new friend gets hit by a car. I was like, yep, didn't see that coming.
Not at all.
Well, neither did she.
But then here's the other thing. He's like, oh, she's hit by a car. He goes, oh, fuck, this is really awful. I'm paraphrasing. Oh, no, what a really terrible day. And then she's lying there. Driver gets out. Oh, shit. He says, call an ambulance, would you? First thing, he goes, what's taking you so long? And the guy on the phone goes, oh, I'm on hold. Like, do you get put on hold for an emergency? No. Anyway. And then the doctor shows up.
I'd hope not. Well, I mean, God's not on his side. He's on Miles' side.
So then doctor shows up, and Miles goes, oh, she needs a doctor. He looks at him, winks at the camera, goes, I am a doctor, and then just does like CPR for 5 seconds, and that's it. And it's like, Miles, mate, you could have done that.
Yeah. So that the thing I like that it's because I think the whole like John Dove bit, like his no, I don't want to say arc because he's clearly a minor character who doesn't matter. But I think his whole point is to give that impact to Miles to be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I can make a difference by just like doing small things to like stopping someone jumping in front of the train. They'll be grateful and save your new girlfriend.
Also, I'm not really sure how, because he keeps saying like, oh, I want to change people's lives. I'm not sure like how valid that is if the point of his podcast is to go, God doesn't exist.
But then he changes the whole premise of the podcast at the end.
No,
It
sorry,
goes
I
from-
mean before he does that, he's saying, "Oh, I still want to change people's lives," and his dad's like, "But fucking doing what?" Going,
Opening their
"Oh,
eyes.
you're an idiot." I was like, "Oh, well, that's very nice. Thanks very much."
Yeah, well, I think he essentially just the antithesis of what his dad is. He's a
Yeah.
atheist preacher, which is really just kind of just shouting the word "nothing exists," like on a street corner. That's all an atheist preacher does.
God,
Whereas his
atheist
dad's
preacher
like-
would be really boring to listen to. Yeah, but
Yeah.
like science is correct. Yeah.
No,
okay,
that's a
well,
Scientologist. An atheist is just kind of like, fucking, we live for a bit and then we're dead.
Yeah, to be fair, I'm in that camp. So.
The thing is, I'm in that camp, but I kind of hope I'm wrong. Like, I don't think I'm wrong, but like, if I am,
That'd be
And-
nice.
God's as forgiving as everyone fucking says he is. I'll just turn up and be like, well, what you gonna do?
He
He'll be
turns
like,
up and he goes,
oh, get
"You've
in
got some
here.
fucking explaining."
Yeah, and I'll just be like, sorry, mate. You didn't make it quite clear enough. And you're like, have you not seen computers? Like, yeah. He's like, they're fucking magic, aren't they? I'm like, no, not really. It's electricity. He's like, where's that come from? I'm like, I don't know, the wall.
Oh, didn't you make it? Oh shit, yeah, I did.
He's like, oh, no, I didn't. That was humans as well. Like, where? So, ultimately, coal. Where's that? We burnt trees. Like, yeah, but where do trees come from? Like, the ground. He's not going to win that argument. Like, where'd the ground come from? Science. But yeah, I mean, yeah,
It was
his
alright, this one.
yeah, his I think his podcast idea at the beginning I was kind of like, ugh. And then also, I've never done a presentation about where the podcast is going.
No, that was fucking weird.
Yeah, I mean, like, maybe should we make a presentation about where the podcast is going? How many
Who-
down arrows should we put in it?
And who do we show it to?
But we'll just stream it.
Our mums, they'll give a shit.
I don't think so. But yeah, I think
I enjoyed it a lot
Off
more
the-
than I enjoyed the other one.
of the two, I'm probably gonna I'm gonna watch a little bit more of this. I think
Fair. I think that's
because the girl who plays Kara in this, she was in the Flash. She was playing a speedster in the Flash, and she left to do this.
fair. Oh dear.
So I need to find out if it's good.
Violet Bean, is that her?
Yeah, she was playing Earth 2's Flash.
Oh, she was in Truth or Dare. Yeah. I don't recognise her.
Which one's Truth or Dare?
Truth or Dare is the one where they have to play Truth or Dare. Oh,
Uh-huh.
wait, that's why I don't recognise it. I haven't seen Truth or Dare. I thought I had, but I was thinking of a completely different film. I was thinking of Would You Rather.
Oh, I was thinking of Nerve, but that's a different film.
Oh, that's the one with Emma Paulson? No. Yeah, what's her name? The one who's in American Horror Story. No, that's
And
not
it's
the
got
one, is it?
it's Dave Franco as well. Is it?
Yeah. Oh crap! What's her name? Emma Roberts. That's it.
That was a good
Yeah.
film. I liked that one.
I've not seen it.
I mean, yeah, it's not like it's just kind of cool. It's got Casey Neistat in it.
What?
Well, it's like Because the whole premise, that one's another one. It's based around an app that like.
What is going on in your room? I just heard them shouting.
Oh no, it's next.
What is that?
I don't know. He's an idiot.
Is it SpongeBob? It sounds like SpongeBob.
No, it's Ben.
Yeah, I mean, I won't be watching any more of either of these, but if I had to, it would easily be the whole God Friended Me one.
Yeah, I think it's a more interesting premise, at least.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I haven't seen God and anyone else on social media.
No, that's
to
true.
be like the whole premise of a show.
What we got next? We got another couple that I've not heard of that I'm really looking forward to because those are my favourite ones. The ones where I don't know anything about them.
I've heard of Legacies.
Legacies and Manifest. I'm not even going to look them up. I'm just going to watch them over the next week and then we will report back. There we go.
Well, I mean, I'm just going to say Legacies, Draw of a Werewolf and a Vampire.
Fuck off. Really?
Yeah, is like
More
the
werewolves.
main headline. And Manifest is
Werewolves and vampires. Vampires, werewolves.
191 passengers of a plane crash have to reintegrate into society. Oh, these are well matched.
Oh, shit, that sounds dark.
Yeah, they're both like supernatural, thrillery things.
Oh, cool. Alright then. Sounds fun.
It will be.
Yeah.
Or they'll be trash.
Let's find out later.
Yeah. Victory.